Guys.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Pharmacy Society at UCI's Week 9 General Meeting. My name is Tiffany, and I will be presenting today's PowerPoint with Ryan and Chantel. So first, we have a little guide on how to become a paid member. First, you would fill out the PPS membership form. Then you would pay the membership fee to our treasurer, Andrew, on Venmo at PPS at UCI. For winter and spring quarter, it would be $20. And then third, you would email our internal vice president, Ali Mills, to pick up your club t-shirt or have it shipped to you. And step 4, keep track of your stamp count on our virtual stamp sheet. These links can be found on this presentation slide or in our weekly emails. So our PTCB question of the week is, select controlled medications may be sold without a prescription if they belong to which of the following schedules? A, all controlled medications must be dispensed pursuant a prescription, B, Schedule 5, C, Schedule 1, or D, Schedule 2. Go ahead and take about 30 seconds to choose an answer on the poll.
Sorry, my poll function's being really laggy right now. If it doesn't work, you guys can go ahead and type your answer out in the chat. Let me see. Yeah, go ahead and type your answers out in the chat, everyone. Sorry about that.
Okay, give it about 10 more seconds. Go ahead and get your last answers in. Okay, so it looks like the majority say B, and that is correct. So the correct answer is Schedule 5. Schedule 5 controlled substances can sometimes be purchased without a prescription. They have a low potential for abuse, and some examples are cough preparations that don't contain more than 200 milligrams of codeine per 100 milliliters, such as Robitussin AC.
Hey, so thank you everyone who came out to last week's general meeting. We hope that you had a lot more information and were able to learn about home infusion pharmacy from Dr. Nguyen's presentation. Additionally, thank you so much for everyone who attended the 11th Annual Southern California Pre-Pharmacy Symposium. We hope that you were able to learn more about the different paths there are in pharmacy through workshops and events provided, and we hope that you were able to network with pharmacy school reps as well.
An upcoming event we have is our Week 10 general meeting. This meeting will take place on Wednesday, March 10th from 6 to 7 p.m. on Zoom. The Zoom link can be found in our weekly emails or this slide for the meeting ID. During this meeting, we'll be learning about careers in the pharmaceutical industry from Dr. Ken Wong. Paid members will receive a stamp for attending. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please reach out to our external vice president, Dana, at her email on the slide.
So another upcoming event that we have after today's meeting is our Week 9 After Social, where you can stop by on Discord to watch an episode of Friends hosted by our social chairs. So make sure to come out, guys.
An upcoming event that we have is the Child for Tea fundraiser. It will occur on Friday, March 5th, this Friday, and from 6 to 8. in CHON for T at their UTC location. Why you should come and attend? Well, it is a great way for us to bond with you PPS members and while distance, and to buy drinks that will help you to distress as we approach the finals week or celebrating the end of midterms week. And also come support PPS, because we get $1 for each large drink you purchase and 50 cents for each standard one. If you're interested, just directly come out to our event. You don't need to fill out any form, and show this flyer linked to the cashier when you purchase it. So if you have any questions, comments, or concern, please contact me at my email.
And another upcoming event we have is the Roseman at UCI Mixer, which is going to be happening this Saturday, March 6th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And the Zoom link will be sent to those who register. This is honestly a super amazing opportunity to learn more about Roseman's 3-year unique PharmD program, and also network and build personal connections with their faculty members and pharmacy students who will be attending the Mixer. And they just sent the itinerary over to us, and it seems really fun. They have a lot of fun games planned, and the Among Us theme is going to be so awesome. They're going to have like imposters throughout the Mixer, and we're going to have to try and figure out who they are. So definitely come out. It's going to be a really great time. The deadline to fill out the registration form is tonight by 11:59 p.m. And also raffle prizes are going to be given out to the attendees, and any paid members will receive a stamp for attending. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to reach out to me at my email. Really hope you guys can make it.
So that we have coming up is a collab between PPS at UCSD. So it is the PPS at UCI and PPS at UCSD EFT tournament. So this will be on Monday, March 21st, between 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. Although this time is tentative to change. It'll be on Discord, the link provided in the slides. And it's a great way to engage in some friendly competition with pharmacy peers and get to know each other better through games. So if you're interested, you can fill out the application form on this slide by Sunday, March 14th at 11:59 p.m. If you have questions, comments, concerns, you can contact the Vice President of PPS at UCSD, Melvin Chang, at the following email. So another upcoming event that we have is the NorCal trip. So this event is on Monday, March 22nd to Tuesday, March 23rd. The timing for this event is from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. So it'll be available through Zoom, and the link will be sent to those who signed up. And a reason why you should sign up for this event and come is that you can learn about the different PharmD programs in the Northern California region through the different schools that we have set up. And so if you're interested, you can fill out the registration form on these slides by Friday, March 8th at 11:59 p.m. And paid members will receive a stamp for attending. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can contact our internal Vice President, ALYSSA Mills, at her email. And the next slide after this, a video about the NorCal trip.
Okay, I am going to apologize in advance for the lag.
I don't think, wait, I can't hear anything. Can anyone else hear?
I think it's nice this way. I'm just kidding.
Please, Allie, you want to
Sorry.
hear your voice?
Okay.
Hello,
Oh, oops. Okay.
Hello
Thank
there,
you.
fellow PPSers. My name is Allie, as you know, and I am your internal vice president for PPS this year. I am so excited that I get the chance to talk to you all about our annual NorCal trip. For all our newcomers out there, the first question that might pop into your mind is,
What is the NorCal trip exactly? Well, the NorCal trip is one of PPS's large-scale events where we provide our members with the opportunity to caravan up to NorCal, as the name implies, and visit a variety of pharmacy schools that we don't typically get the chance to see down here in SoCal. Now, you may be thinking to yourselves, okay, that sounds awesome, Allie, but how exactly is that going to pan out? I don't know if you noticed, but we're in the midst of a global pandemic. Don't worry. Yes, I am aware of our shift in our didactic and social environments. However, I still think there's a lot of value in the meat of this trip. I know, I'm sorry. It's another Zoom event. And I know that Zoom has been the main application that's been pulling you through this year. But it has also given us so many opportunities to feed into outreach and connect with schools that we don't get to see while residing in the comfort of our own homes. This year, our NorCal trip is a 2-day event spanning from Monday, March 22nd to Tuesday, March 23rd, and taking place from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. We are so honored to have 4 different pharmacy schools from Northern California join us, such as California North State University, CNU, Toro University, University of the Pacific, UOP, and University of California, San Francisco, aka UCSF.
For our NorCal trip this year, of course, I'm looking forward to learning more about the schools that we'll be attending, like California North State, Toro University, UCSF, and also UOP. But something else I'm looking forward to that's a bit more unique this year is the game that we'll be having and also a raffle for a chance for our members to win a prize.
Hi there, my name is Dana and I am the External Vice President and I am also a third-year Pharmaceutical Sciences major. I've previously attended the NorCal trip during my first year at UCI. The NorCal trip was such an eye-opening experience for me because I'm from SoCal, so I typically don't get to hear or see much from pharmacy schools in NorCal just because they're so far away. So through attending the NorCal trip, it gave me insight into the many cultures of pharmacy schools in Northern California, and it really helped me narrow down which schools I wanted to potentially apply to in the future.
I've been a part of PPS since I was a first year and now I'm a fourth year, so I've attended the NorCal trip 3 times already. And although it may seem like there's not much you can gain after visiting a school or learning about their program once, that's not really true. I feel like every time you hear a school present, you learn something new, or at least I learned something new. So I definitely think that there's a lot that you can gain from this experience, especially if you're a 3rd or 4th year, you may be narrowing down the schools that you're interested in and learning what factors are truly important to you when picking a pharmacy school. So if that's the case, I definitely think that this is a good trip for you so that you can kind of see if this school is a good fit or not.
Not only will we be learning about their PharmD programs, but there will also be a raffle prize for one lucky attendee that fills out the virtual NorCal stamp sheet and participates in our rapid fire pharmacy Jeopardy taking place on the 2nd day of the event. This is definitely an event that you don't want to miss out on. So if you're interested, hey, we have an interest form that you can fill out by 11:59 p.m. on Friday, March 19th. So get her filled out, and I hope to see you guys all there. Thanks for watching.
Great video, you guys, and great job, Harold, for editing. I hope it wasn't too laggy, but it's going to be made available on our social media if you guys want to go ahead and rewatch it.
Hello there, fellow PPSers.
So yes, the NorCal trip sounds like fun. So if you're interested, make sure to sign up for that great opportunity. And speaking of opportunities, we have this volunteering opportunity called 7 Cups. So 7 Cups is an app website where you can lend your support to those in need by volunteering to become an online listener to people that just need someone there for them. So you can find out more about 7 Cups through the link here provided. And why you should do this volunteering opportunity, as you can connect with various types of people who value your emotional support and use this opportunity to improve and sharpen your listening skills. So if you're interested, paid members will receive a stamp for showing proof of participation and must complete this form provided on the link and also in our emails by tonight, Wednesday, March 3rd at 11:59 p.m. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can contact our president, Jenny, at the following.
And yet we still have more events. So we're continuing selling our Jamba Juice BOGO cards. It's $10 each for a card that's worth $35 of drinks. So if you would like to purchase, feel free to click into the link provided and Venmo to us. And if you have any questions and concerns, please feel free to contact me again. We're also planning to potentially make an end of year package for y'all PPS members. What we plan to include so far is a custom keychain, a personal letter from myself, some pill bottles with treats and stickers, and many, many more. So if you're interested, please fill this interest form to let us know if you will be interested in purchasing one so we can make this idea to happen. And if you have any questions or concerns, again, please feel free to contact me. Last but not least, we have our podcast episode that is published this week. We have UCSF P4 student Christine Jamba come talk to us about her journey to pharmacy. So she graduated from UCI in 2017 and currently a P4 at UCSF, as I mentioned. She was originally a chemistry major, but after she taking a class under Dr. Schreiner, she decided to change her major to pharm sci. And she also wants to focus her practice in acute care as well as health policies to make a difference for the health communities. So if you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to contact me. And also, since this is the end episode of the quarter, feel free to fill this evaluation form for us to let us know how we did for the 3 episodes that we have published. And also, if you have any questions that you would like to ask Christine herself, here's her email.
We would love to stay connected with you through our many platforms. We have a Facebook, Instagram, Discord for PPS, as well as UCI FarmSci orgs. We also have a collaborative Spotify playlist, a website, and a Zoom study room, which is open 24/7. All these links can be found at the bottom of our weekly emails or this slide.
So now, please welcome PPS at UCI 20-21 board.
All right, I'm gonna start sharing my screen. Can you please make me co-host?
Oh yes, sorry about that. There we go.
Okay, thank you. All right, so thank you everyone for coming to our board positions information session. I'm very excited to present to you about our application process, and I have our wonderful board members here to present about each of their positions. So today we're going to be going through the admissions or the application process, maybe some expectations and what makes you eligible, some deadlines that you should be aware of, and of course the responsibilities of each board position. So first is the application process. First step is to complete the application. Next, we will be reviewing your application and granting interviews. Third, we will be having the interviews themselves. And then fourth, we have holistic review. So for the holistic review, we're going to consider your application, your interview, maybe any significant interactions we had with you, and perhaps your activeness in our organization. And then lastly, the decisions of who received what board position will be announced at banquet, which is going to be at the end of week 8 in spring quarter. So here are the eligibility and expectations that we have for board members. So if you are an applicant, we do expect you to be a current paid member in order to apply. And something to note is that we will not be accepting any late applications. We do give you about 3 weeks in order for you to complete and fill out and submit the application. So please do not fill it out or complete it later than the deadline. If you are chosen to be a board member, you are expected to attend our board and general meetings, at least have an 80% attendance in all PPS related events. And you should also have your Wednesday evenings free for PPS. So as you know, our general meetings are on Wednesdays from 6 to 7. And then we also alternate every other week after socials and board meetings. So every week we don't have an after social, we have a board meeting. So you should be available from about 7 to 9 p.m. after the general meeting ends. So now we're going to go into each board position, have each board member present about their board positions, so show some photos of themselves having fun at our PPS events. So we'll start now with Harold.
Hello, everyone. My name is Harold. Here are some photos of me during PPS before COVID happened. So I'm the historian / webmaster. Some of my responsibilities are to take pictures and photos for every PPS event, as well as posting it on a timely manner, as well as maintaining the official website, as well as the Facebook and Instagram pages with Christine.
Hi, I'm MIKAILA. A lot of these photos are also from previous years. There's that one from one of our virtual socials.
Hello, everyone. My name is Clayton, and I am the other social chair. Some of these photos are part of one of my most favorite memories throughout PPS. Obviously, I couldn't put all of them on this tiny slide, but these are some of my favorites. They take place in Winter Retreat and one of our first socials, as well as Pre-Pharmacy Day. And yeah, these are just some of the memories that I really enjoy. So as social chairs, we are the leaders who maintain the image of the organization through social network building. Some of our responsibilities include facilitating and hosting social meetings, and there's usually at least one social meeting per quarter. We also coordinate social after events, which typically occur every other week. And during normal circumstances, we would typically go to a restaurant and just get food together and hang out and just get to know our members a little bit better.
We also plan and facilitate social activities during PPS trips / retreat and our annual PPS bonfire. So this is when we coordinate with other board members to plan social events or social activities within those trips or retreat, like Winter Retreat. As an example, we had a little social that we host, social activity that we hosted, and then normal circumstances, we would have an annual PPS bonfire in the beginning of the year where if this is where board member gets to know other people and people who are interested in the club to meet members and also to meet the board. And then lastly, our large scale event is the end of the year banquet. We organize it, plan it, and we also host it. And it's basically a way for us to end the year, to celebrate the memories we have. And so if you have any questions, you can contact us at our emails.
Hello everyone, my name is Christine CHON, and these are also some of my favorite memories from PPS. Some are from Pre-Pharmacy Day, which recently happened, and volunteering and fundraising events, and Winter Retreat. So my position is Publicity Chair, and Publicity Chair is the leader who maintains the image of the organization through marketing and publication. So this includes maintaining the social networking accounts, such as the PPS Facebook and Instagram with historian Harold, who spoke earlier. And one of the main projects that we get to tackle are designing PPS apparel. So for paid membership, you get a nice t-shirt, and you also get to choose a second piece of apparel. This year it was the zip-up hoodie. Publicity Chair is also in charge of creating any posters, flyers, brochures to publicize PPS events, such as the weekly general meetings, the fundraising events, and other more large-scale events like PPD and the upcoming NorCal trip. Usually Publicity Chair is also in charge of keeping stamp counts at the PPS meetings and events. But this year, Chantel, our secretary, is in charge of that. Also, I get to work closely with Dana, the external vice president, to plan mixers with different pharmacy schools. So like in our intro PowerPoint, we have our first Roseman mixer, wink, wink, if you want to join. The sign-up link is tonight, or the deadline is tonight. But if you have any other questions, feel free to contact me at my email listed below.
All right, so now it's back to me. First, I'll be presenting about the position of volunteer coordinator. Here are some pictures of me at past volunteering events. So we have a food bank, a food drive, Zot Health Fair, and Orange County Coast Keeper, which is when we clean up the beach. So you may notice that we don't really have a person specifically for the volunteer coordinator position. That's just because we didn't really find someone that was more fit for this position than others that they applied for. So in that case, I took over this position, but that's only for this year. So if you are interested in the position of volunteer coordinator, please reach out to me, ask me any questions that you have, and we would love for you to apply for this position for next year. So the volunteer coordinator is the leader who maintains the image of the organization through coordinating volunteering and community service outreach opportunities for the members. One of their responsibilities is to plan and lead a minimum of 2 to 3 volunteering opportunities per quarter. So of course, we are not doing like the Zot Health Fair, the food bank, the food drive, or cleaning up the beach this year due to the circumstances, but there are alternatives like you've seen Step Up Tutoring or 7 Cups or Be My Eyes. So something else the volunteer coordinator does is they're in charge of bringing PPS to health fairs. So an example is Zot Health Fair. They also lead Pharmacy Topic of the Week. So you may notice that we've alternated this about every other week with PTCB Question of the Week. This is mainly just to educate our members about what's going on in the field of pharmacy. And lastly, the volunteer coordinator is in charge of being the team captain for PPS for Relay for Life. So Relay for Life is a really big event that we have. It's under Colleges Against Cancer, which is another organization at UCI. And the main idea of this event is to bring awareness and raise money for cancer. If you have any questions about this position, please contact me.
Hello, it's Ryan here, your fundraising chair. Here are just some of my favorite memories for PPS. As you can see, top left, it was last year's winter retreat. It's probably the time where I first learned how most of our members, our board members, and we got to hang out with each other for a couple of days. It was so great. On the bottom left, we have me as a member helping Dana for her fundraising event last year, in-person fundraising event. Also, again, one of my favorite memories with board interns, where we plan our board intern fundraiser. We're selling spam with CV on Bioside Plaza, and also, you know, a picture with Jenny. For the top right, we have some pictures from this year. As you can see in the middle, I am recording a podcast episode with our alum, Dr. Jeremy Aviado. And from the right, we have this year's first ever kind of in-person event, the Chipotle fundraiser that just happened like a couple weeks ago. Yeah. So for fundraising chair is the leader who maintains the image of the organization and raise money for the club. So my duty is to host a minimum of 3 fundraising events per quarter. Usually we host every week if it's in person. We also book ring mall spaces and applies for food permits for on-campus fundraisers. I also coordinate off-campus fundraising events such as like restaurant fundraisers and any other fundraising events. And as a fundraising chair, you work closely with the treasurer because you're dealing with money. And I usually do dispense PPS apparel too, but just for this year, the duty is hand off to Ali and Christine and Andrew for that. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me, contact me through my email. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Andrew, and these are a few pictures that I really enjoyed. starting from the top left, I guess some of these are just from after socials, and there's like SEPPS, and then just board meeting or general meetings, and then a few winter retreat videos and a PPD photo. So I'm the treasurer. I'm the leader who maintains the image of the organization through fiscal responsibility and keeps a monetary record of all transactions. Basically, I'm just in charge of the money. Some responsibilities for me are that I'm responsible for all the accounts, including the ASCCI account, the bank account, the Venmo, and PayPal accounts. I update treasury-related Excel sheets regularly. So whenever money comes in or out, I have to add it to a sheet to keep track of it. I'm in charge of reimbursements. So for example, if we were to go to a school visit, we have to pay for gas, and I reimburse the drivers for gas. For I approve or deny or adjust potential expenses. So basically, if someone has a proposal, I can say, yeah, we can do it, or no, we can't, based on how much money we have. And lastly, I work closely with the fundraising chair just to keep track of all the money he's earned and all the money he's spent to make the money. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me at my email down below.
Hello, everyone. I'm Chantel, secretary, and here are some photos from my time at PPS. A lot of them are after socials, eating out, which is fun. And I have another one with school event and also this year's winter retreat. So the position of secretary is a leader who maintains the image of the organization and keeps a written record of everything. So some of the responsibilities include taking attendance, meeting minutes, and notes during board and general meetings, maintaining the paid member roster, and updating that. Additionally, it also involves maintaining the people email account and writing and designing emails that are sent out each week. And also some of those emails include the weekly emails that are sent out and also opportunity emails that are sent out to paid members. Additionally, it's not written on here, but this year I was in charge of also stamp at PPS meetings and events through the virtual stamp card sheet. So if any other questions, you can contact me.
Hello everyone, my name is Tyler and I'm the ambassador. What you're looking at here is a few pictures that I really enjoyed during my time at PPS. At the top left, it's our volunteering events such as blankets for cancer. And then on the bottom right is the events that I hosted as ambassador, such as PPD. If you guys are unaware, I was also VC or volunteer coordinator last year. So if you are interested in that, and maybe Jenny's a little too scary for you, please feel free to reach out to me too. Moving on. As the ambassador, I'm the leader who maintains the image of the org, both outside of this club and outside of UCI. Really, ambassadors in charge of two main events throughout the year, and that's Pre-Pharmacy Day, which we hold early in the winter quarter, as well as SCPS, which is a little bit later. For PPD, I work closely with board as well as, or not BioSci anymore, Hetty, who is our advisor for PPD, is now working at the pharmacy department. So we work closely with her as well as other PPS orgs this year because it was online, to bring a bunch of schools from across the nation to you guys, so you guys can learn a little bit more about each individual school and what really is right for you and how to become a good applicant. Conversely, SCPPS is much similar to PPD, in which we invite a bunch of schools and guest speakers to talk to you guys so you can learn a bit more about pharmacy and its field. With this event, we work closely with other ambassadors in the SCPPA, or Southern California Pre-Pharmacy Association. And Jenny, who is the president, of course, works as a co-ambassador for this, and we kind of work together to bring this event to you. Finally, I network with pharmacy schools, other on-campus orgs, and other pre-pharmacy orgs off campus. What I found really rewarding about this event, or this position rather, is just how broad pharmacy is as a field and how many amazing pharmacy programs are there. I know when I was applying a few years ago, I was really set on a few schools, but after being ambassador and talking to each pharmacy school, talking to the representatives, every school has its own unique thing, and made it really difficult to apply. So if you have any questions or want to shadow me, I guess Jen will talk about that later, please contact me at my email here.
Hi guys, I'm Dana and I'm the external vice president. These are just some photos that I have are some of my favorites, including the top right, which was bonfire that we had last year, and the bottom left, which is winter retreat, and the other photos are some fundraising events, and of course the general meetings, which I always love. So as external vice president, my main goal is to maintain the image of the organization externally, and that includes being in charge of weekly general meetings like the one you're at right now, and the logistics that come with the meetings, such as, well, if it was in person, you would be the one booking the meeting room. And since it's online right now, external vice president is the one in charge of the Zoom meeting and the timeline of the whole general meeting. I also plan the weekly meeting topics. So at the beginning of the term, I go over the topics that we have and perhaps introduce new ones that you've seen, including home infusion pharmacy, if you were there last week. And I go over those topics with the president, Jenny. And next, I contact guest speakers for these topics, and I coordinate them using email. And I've never done a phone call, but it does happen in person a few times. I've seen in previous years. And I also ensure that the guest speakers are taken care for. So I make sure that they feel comfortable at the meeting and they're ready to present. And if they have any issues, they can always contact me for it. And lastly, one of my favorite parts is working with Publicity Chair Christine to plan mixers with different pharmacy schools. So this year we have Roseman, which is upcoming on Saturday. So yeah, deadline's tonight, so go sign up. It's gonna be really fun. And our next mixer, I'm gonna give out the little secret now, it's gonna be with UCSD. So I'm super excited for that.
Hi everyone, my name is Alyssa, but you all know me as Allie, and I'm currently a fourth-year pharmacy major who has dedicated 3 years of undergrad to this amazing organization. I'm here, this is just some snapshots of memorable moments that I love revisiting over and over again. So yes, lots of PPD, one of our virtual visits, and lots of after socials. So as you know, I'm your internal vice president, and with that, the leader who maintains the image of the organization internally. So I have 4 key responsibilities that come with this position. The first being that I'm in charge of hosting those pharmacy school trips, which we've been able to convert to virtual school visits that you've all had the chance of attending on those lovely Saturday mornings. I'm in charge of reaching out to schools and finding opportunities for dedicated members like you to learn more about, what their different PharmD programs offer. The second responsibility on the list that I'm in charge of is the annual winter retreat, where we take some time after the long haul of fall quarter during break, and we just bond and have fun with our fellow PPSers. Typically, if it's in person, you're in charge of finding those Airbnbs, the place and the space, and kind of coordinating all the events that go through with that. Another large scale event that will be promoted, has been promoted for this past week, is our annual NorCal trip. So typically it's a very large event spanning over a couple of days where we travel up to NorCal, get hands-on experience at different schools that we don't typically get to see here, like UOP, Toro, North State, UCSF. But this time we have the opportunity again to transform it virtually. And so it'll be a 2-day event, as you all heard from the promo. And the last item, but most definitely not the least, is that I'm in charge of running and maintaining the board intern program, which I'm tasked with selecting passionate members to enrich their experiences here with how our board functions behind the scenes and how they could possibly gain leadership experiences as well. I get to be a mentor and guide to fostering growth, and I'm so honored that I have had the chance to hold it this year. If you have any questions about the nitty-gritty details on what exactly I do for each responsibility, you can shoot me an email and we can talk about it. Okay, thank you.
All right, so last position we have is the position of president. Here are some photos over the past four years of me being in PPS that I just really enjoy. So the first photo on the top left is when I was presenting my member of the week slide when I was the first year. And then after that, below that, we have a picture of me as fundraising chair, and then a picture with me and my interns from last year when I was IVP. And then the other 3 are just photos that I really enjoy. Okay, so the president is the leader who embodies the values of the organization. Something to note about this position is that you do have to be a current board member at the time of application. So those of you that are general members would unfortunately not be able to apply, but there's good reason for this. We want you to have experience in the organization before you take on a position like this. One of the responsibilities you have as president is being the face of PPS at UCI. Another responsibility is establishing and maintaining board relations. You are to also create board meeting agendas and facilitate the board meetings that we have every other week. And you're also to assist all board members in their duties. Something else I wanted to note that didn't really fit on the slide is that I work closely with all the board members. Of course, you want to know how everyone's doing, but specifically I work with the ambassador, with PPD and SCPPS. So you will be talking with the ambassador a lot for fall and winter quarters. If you have any questions about my position, please feel free to contact me on my email. Okay, so these are all the board positions that we went over. Thank you all board members for presenting your position. As you may notice, we have 11 positions, but we actually do have 12 spots just because we do take 2 social chairs. If you are interested in any of these positions, we do have opportunities for you to shadow, which we'll be talking about soon. So first we'll be talking about the commitment. So this is what the typical week looks like for a PPS board member. So there is one day that's usually dedicated for our in-person fundraisers. And this really depends on the fundraising chair's schedule and what day they're available to hold the fundraiser. But I just put Tuesday because it has been Tuesday for like the past 2 years. So that's usually one day of the week. And then, we have Wednesdays for our general meetings from 6 to 7, and then after event or board meeting from 7 to 9-ish. And then on Saturdays, we have some events. So it's usually a volunteering event, a pharmacy school visit, maybe PPD, any social events, stuff like that. And then in regard to characteristics that we look for, not necessarily commitment, but some characteristics we look for is that you have passion for PPS, that you would like to give back, that you are open-minded, and that you have a desire to grow in this position and in this organization. Okay, so here are some frequently asked questions. So I know Tyler briefly mentioned it, but we do have opportunities for shadowing, and we would love to have you shadow our positions, especially if you're interested in applying. It's great for you to get some additional information about the position before you apply. Depending on the board member and their position and maybe what responsibilities are available, they may be able to give you a little task for you to do in order to get some more insight into the position. So it's a really good opportunity. You can ask them any questions that you may have about their experience, about the position, about the details. And the deadline for this is week 2 of spring quarter. Of course, if they're willing to take you after this deadline, that's great. But I would aim to have it done before this time because that's when the application will be released for you to apply. And if you are interested, please just reach out to their emails that was on each of the slides and they'll be happy to help. So in regards to when applications come out for the president position, this is going to be Friday of winter quarters finals week. So that's for all my board members, if anyone's interested. And then for all of the other positions, this is going to be week 2 of spring quarter. And in regard to when they're due, the president application will be due week 2 of spring quarter. And for the other positions, it will be due week 5 of spring quarter. So you will have about 3 weeks to fill out the application and submit it by the deadline. And the deadline will be clearly stated on the application when it becomes released. So now we have testimonials. First, we have Ali, and then Ryan, and then Dana. So I'll let Ali start us off.
Hello again. So for those of you who aren't familiar with my journey at PPS began about 3 years ago, and I had the opportunity to be part of the board intern program as a sophomore. And as I kept getting invested in PPS's mission, I decided to apply for board the year after, and I became publicity chair in my junior year. And then because I was still so passionate about the club, I decided to apply once more. And here I am as your internal vice president in my current senior year. So honestly, I think just the main aspects of your college journey includes like navigation and exploration. And I think PPS has done a really good job at being my guide and my crutch, especially in times of need. So it's just a really good opportunity for you to gain leadership experiences, build those connections and network. And not only are you learning about pharmacy school, but I think that PPS teaches you like how to prepare for pharmacy school and beyond, which is really beautiful. Not only did this Let's see. I honestly made like a lot of great friends that I consider like my chosen family here. So if you're looking for ways to invest in a club that has invested in so much in me, like PPS is a really great stepping stone for that. And yeah, I think the whole, and then also PPS's mission is just, you know, serving and enriching the experiences of the members that it serves. So if you think that that's right for you, or you think that PPS has given you a lot of opportunities and you'd like to give back to it as well, I highly suggest applying for a position this year.
Hi, my name is Ryan. I'm going to talk about my PPS journey. So I came in as a freshman as a general member, just right at the start of the quarter. I know I wanted to do pre-farm of some sort, but I was definitely not familiar with the field. And since going to a couple general meetings, then I figured out myself, oh, this is probably most likely what I want to do, because I just feel what PPS provided me are opportunities of an introduction of like what the field is about. So then I became a board intern, and from there I also learned way much more like the behind the scenes work of PPS. That also helped me contributed to why I also applied for board for fundraising chair. And I guess one of the biggest things that I want to emphasize for PPS is we are a family. And you know, because I would like to point out an example of something that I worked on this week for the intro slides, right? So I worked on my last slide where we all have all of our board members photo there. Then I suddenly became emotional, not gonna lie, is that I just feel, although it is hard for us this year to meet each other together, I honestly feel just by looking at that photo, it really, really brings out my inner fire and inner passion towards PPS and the family, you know, because no matter how much struggle the world's going through, PPS, it's my family. And this is what I want to be clear. So honestly, even sorry. I would like to also like emphasize that, you know, being part of the board is a way for you to be able to develop into a great leader, and to also develop communicative skills to help you to grow in your own pharmacy journey. So that's why I'm telling you that PPS, you should definitely try for some of these board positions to try to gain yourself experience and the leadership opportunities that we provide. And yeah, I think I will hand it off to Dana.
Hi, so like Ryan, I joined PPS immediately as a first year because I knew I wanted to go into pharmacy, and I've been here ever since. PPS has helped me learn so much about pharmacy, and it really helped me find a spot at UCI like a real family. And I know it sounds scary applying for a leadership position, but it's definitely worth the experience. You learn so much and you grow not only as an individual, but also along with your fellow board members, and you grow both professionally and personally. Like before I became, I was a board intern my first year, and before that I was so shy. Like anyone who knew me my first year at UCI, I was like a tiny little mouse who didn't really talk to much people. Like I would not be able to speak in front of you guys right now at general meetings. So I am so grateful for PPS and for this experience to grow. And I hope you guys also will apply and have this experience too.
Thank you so much, Ali, Ryan, and Dana, for sharing your experiences. We have some time, I believe, for some questions. If you all have any questions about anything, you can ask all of us or one of us about anything you're curious about.
Hello, I had a quick question. So when we're applying, do we apply for only one position, or is it like, do we get to rank like the positions that we want?
That's a really good question. So yeah, we do allow you to apply to 3 positions, and you get to rank which ones you're most interested in to least interested in.
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you. Something else to note is that you don't have to apply for 3 positions if you don't want to. I guess I can briefly talk about my experience or why I applied to be a board member while we wait for some questions if we have any. So I applied to be an intern when I was my first year, and that's because I really loved what PPS was doing for me. They gave me so many experiences, and the board members were so kind, and everyone was so welcoming. I really wanted to give that experience back to the general members if I were to become a board intern or board member. But unfortunately, I didn't receive the position of board intern, but you shouldn't let those things like hinder you if you are really caring about the organization. So I applied to be a board member, and fortunately, I was able to get the position of fundraising chair. And it's very funny actually, because fundraising chair was like my last choice as a position, but I ended up loving the position once I actually started doing it. So I think the board members that made the decisions honestly made the right decision. And yeah, I think my experience has been really great in PPS. Through each position, you learn new things, and you gain a lot. Even though like I've been a board member for like 2 years or something, I still gain a lot every time I get more experiences in the work. So I think it's a really good experience. And if you ever are curious about what someone else's experience on board is like, you can always ask them, you can shadow them, and I think it'll be really beneficial. So there's a question in the chat about shadowing. So they asked, will everyone who reached out for shadowing be able to get that experience, or is there a process/application that we have to do? So if you are interested in shadowing, you can just email the person that you would like to shadow, and they will be able to grant you a shadowing appointment. And the deadline for that is week 2 of spring. So that is the time that you should shadow by. But if they are willing to let you shadow after that point, then if they are willing to let you shadow after that point, then that's great for you as well. But I would just aim to do it before that time, because after that is when the application comes out. So they may be busy, or they may be working on their application themselves. You're welcome.
Hi, I also had a question about shadowing. So if we wanted to shadow, but didn't want to apply, but just wanted to shadow for the experience, would that be possible too?
Yeah, of course. Just because you shadow doesn't mean like you have to apply. So if you are interested in just learning more about what they do, that's fine too.
Okay, thank you, Jenny.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, I had a quick question. So if you were to apply for like 3 certain positions, but is it possible that you guys could like choose another position that we didn't apply for if you thought that we were like better fit for one that we didn't apply for? Like, is that possible?
Yeah, that's definitely possible. If there's one that we think you may be fit for and you may be interested in, we may ask for you to meet up for like a follow-up interview or appointment. And then from that, we'll get a gauge of if you are interested in that position or not. And of course, we wouldn't give you the position if you didn't ask for it. So we definitely want to make sure that you are interested before that.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Any other questions?
Hi. I was wondering how Ryan came up with the .rx. I thought it was really cool because I was listening to it and I thought it's so professional. So yeah, I was just curious.
Great question. Ryan, take it away.
All right. First, I'm heartwarmed by your question. So basically, the ZartRx podcast was an idea that me and myself thought about during the summer. because I feel like our organization has a lot of potential to reach out to potential in an outward setting, and to reach out to other potential people who are in the field of pharmacy that may be just a little bit shortlisted from our guest choices for general meeting. So then I thought about, we probably haven't explored the field of the alumni network as much as we would like to do. For me, at least for me personally, I was thinking about that. And also for last year, there was the establishment of N-Eaters in Pharmacy, which is, if you don't know, is the alumni chapter for any pharmacy related career. And that's why we came up with this podcast, to be able to allow our alumni to speak about their experience and story, to, because I'm sure that they're all very willing to talk about what they have went through during their pharmacy career, and try to share their wisdom, their inspiration, their story to us, and let us know like how pharmacy is an amazing field. And that was basically the idea of why how the ZocRx podcast came to life.
Thank you for sharing. Yeah, I really enjoy listening to your ZocRx podcast, so keep it up.
Thank you for the question. I'm sure Ryan's crying inside from happiness. Did anyone have any other questions? All right. Well, if no one has any other questions, we can conclude our meeting here. Thank you all for coming out to our board positions presentation. We hope you were able to learn a lot about our positions, but of course, like, there are many opportunities for you to learn more. If you are interested, you can always email each of our board members, whoever you're interested in learning more about their position, shadow them, etc. So please don't hesitate. Don't be shy. We're very nice people, I would like to say. And thank you all for coming. We do have our after social after this. It's going to be on Discord, and we'll be watching an episode of Friends. And Clayton just sent the link in the chat. Sorry, what did you say, Ryan?
I just say thank you, everyone.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Thank you for coming out, everyone. So yeah, go ahead and hop on to the Discord if you guys want to watch a show with us. Hope
Thank you
are
guys.
able to learn a lot.
Thank you.
And good job presenting, board. Oh my gosh, I love looking at the photo. There's so many great memories. Oh, y'all did really
Tyler
good
give
job.
me PTSD with the beach cleanup photo.
Why? What's wrong with that photo?
No, don't look back at it. We're gonna move on.
This one.
Howard, how many are there? Oh my God.
30?
Yikes.
Oh my Lord, what is happening?
Oh my gosh,
30? Oh my.
it's increased.
It's
My laptop would
Happy
have
the
died at
frogs
like
are gonna
2.
get COVID. No social distancing. Oh my God.
That's why they're all frogs, my dude.
Wait, did they just multiply?
Yeah, 2
Did they
times.
just go through my toe?
Hell yeah.
All right. Let's see
Ready,
what's on
gonna hop
Discord.
onto the Discord.
Yep. See ya.